Hey guys, Michael from Copper vs Glass, and with more and more of us spending a ton more time at our desks and just in general looking at screens, there is nothing more important than taking care of your eyes. So today what we're going to be looking at is a device that's basically made to do that, and it is the Screenbar Halo by BenQ. So, let's take a look. So a little bit of housekeeping before getting into the video. The Screenbar Halo from BenQ is available in the description down below. I've linked it there for you guys, and it's going to come in around £149 here in the UK and a similar sort of price, about $149, $159 in the US. And again, it'll be linked in that description down below. And a huge thanks to BenQ for sending out the Screenbar for review. So a lot of people don't know that blue lights can actually affect your eyes in a pretty bad way, and it can actually affect the retina of the eye with a thing called phototoxicity. Now, that amount of damage definitely depends on the exposure time and the wavelength of the blue light itself, which is why something like a blue light filter on your device that actually makes the screen a lot more orange or red definitely helps at nighttime with eye strain. However, some monitors don't actually have that built in. Now for me, I'm using a 21-inch iMac, and I've also got a MacBook Pro M1, and both of those do also have an auto tone feature that adjusts the colour of the light on the actual display itself to reduce that blue light at nighttime and just in general depending on different lighting situations. However, not every monitor has that, and that's where the Screenbar Halo comes in. Now to do a quick unboxing, of course you're going to get everything that you need to get up and running. Now something that I would definitely keep in mind is, unlike some of the previous screen bars, the actual wire itself to go back to your monitor or to a power supply is actually going to be built into the Screenbar Halo itself, whereas on the previous models it did have USB-C in the back. This one is actually going to be built in completely with USB-A on one side. You're of course going to get some paperwork and also some additional bits that you may need if you do have a curved monitor, because the way that the actual arm itself is made, it doesn't necessarily sit very well on curved monitors compared to those straight ones that you can get instead. So fitting the Halo couldn't be simpler, and it goes on a variety of different monitors. So for me, my iMac is very thin at the top. However, if you do have a larger monitor or a thicker monitor, you're not really going to have any issues at all. You've got the actual arm here, which again can go to a variety of different sizes, and once you've put it on, it's pretty secure. It does have some rubber pads on there, and again you do have some additional pads for a curved monitor, and then all you need to do is just plug it into the display itself or any sort of power source. Obviously, if you're going to be using this on a PC, for example, you may need to have a slight extension on the cable. For me, it works perfectly fine. I just put it down to the back of my iMac and we're then ready to go. And then we do have that intelligent wireless controller that I mentioned. Now this thing's really cool. You don't have to do any sort of setup, Bluetooth or wireless connection or anything. It basically just recognizes the Screenbar Halo is there and it gets working straight away. Now it can be used within about 1 meter's range, so you do want to definitely keep it close to the screenbar itself, but it basically allows you to control everything that you need to on the screenbar without actually having any cables running anywhere. So if you did want to have it off to the side or keep it out of sight in a drawer, for example, you do have the option to do so. However, the actual design itself with the metal and the glossy finish, it's really nice, so I would definitely keep it on the desk as a bit of a staple piece. And this wireless controller is also fully rotatable. Now, the actual thing itself fully rotates the metal around the outside, the aluminium kind of circle that you can see here. That rotates fully and it has an endless spin to it. You can't just rotate it, say 90 degrees one way, 90 degrees the other way. It is endless regardless of how you're going to be using it. Now, the good thing that that's for is if you do want to use it for brightness and things like that, you do have the indicators on top of the actual controller itself to let you know just how bright or how dim your lighting is going to be, along with any color temperature and things like that as well. It's actually a really nice bit of tech, and it's really well built as well, along with the actual Halo itself. And once you're set up and running, you've actually got multiple different lighting options. You can have just the front light, which is really good for sort of those dimmer environments, or if you've got a very bright screen as well, it can definitely come in handy just in regards to lighting up the majority of your environment. So for example, you do have a window behind you and it's a little bit bright behind the monitor, but not so much in front of the monitor. This can also come in very handy. You'd also have a backlight as well, which again is good for lighting up the wall behind your monitor, because again, eye strain itself isn't just the monitor itself, it's the lighting conditions of the room that you're going to be in. So for example, if I've got a light above me over here, but then not over here, and my monitor's in the middle, the monitor is going to seem very, very bright compared to if I had a light on either side. Now you then also have the option of using both lights together, and this is basically the optimal experience. So again, you're going to have lighting from the front, from the back, pretty much all around, and it does a really good job at lighting up the environment to reduce that eye strain. And in total, we've got about a 500 lux in regards to the distance that it can cover. Now, what that basically means is from your monitor itself or where the screen bar actually is, you're going to be looking around 60 centimeters out or around a meter in regards to the lighting itself doing its job. Now that's actually really far compared to some of the other cheaper options out there on the market, and then again it does do the same behind there as well. So again, even if your desk is more sort of in the middle of a room compared to actually against a wall, you're not going to have any issues with this doing its job. And to be honest guys, it's a light bar. There's not really much more to it apart from actually using it and getting the actual benefit itself. Now for me, I'm someone that sits at a desk the majority of the time for my normal job, doing YouTube stuff, playing games, whatever it may be. So for me, reducing that eye strain is definitely something that I definitely need. So for me, this is an essential product. Now like I mentioned, there are a ton of different options available along with some from BenQ themselves, and I'll try and link some alternatives in the description down below. I do understand £149 for basically a lamp that goes on your monitor may be a little bit much for some people, so I'll see if we've got some cheaper alternatives down below that still do a pretty good job as well. And that's going to do it guys for this video. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up down below. If you've got any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section below or on Twitter at @CopperVersusGlass. If you're not already subscribed, now's a great time to do so. And once you hit that subscribe button, don't forget to turn on notifications so you're notified anytime I post a new video here on the channel. I'm Michael from CopperVersusGlass. Thanks very much for watching, look after your eyes, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.